What's up guys, back again with another video. So half the year is already over, and I say that because I've been doing a lot of different things. Like far as I've been running differently, typically for the last few years I was doing out and backs, but now when fuel economy and stuff like that decided to go up, I had to kind of readjust a little bit. So now I've been running multiple loads a day. And you guys can do this too. This is another way that you can kind of like save on fuel and stuff like that. Even if you don't necessarily live in an area that have like local runs and stuff like that. If you're over the road driver, if you don't mind going over the road or doing regional or something like that, and you already stay out a couple nights anyway, you can make money, or you might want to consider running into an area. Like for example, I live close to Jacksonville. You can run into Jacksonville. They be having a lot of local stuff going on, or Atlanta or something like that, and just do multiple loads a day in that one area. Shut down the next day, do multiple loads in that area, shut down, and then when you're ready to go home, get a load back home, or maybe you've pretty much done pretty well that you can deadhead home, or get a load there ideally and get a load back into the area and stuff like that, and just operate in that area, because that's costing you less fuel and you're making more turns and more runs and more money per day. So that's just a little idea. But my truck had to go into the shop. It's something about a CPC, right? I'm not sure what it is, but it was basically the computer module that was putting everybody out of business. They said people were stealing them and stuff like that. So I was having this issue with my truck where the def light was blinking, like the level light. You got on the Freightliner, you got the 4 green little squares that shows you the level of how much def you got in it, right? The truck was running fine. It didn't derate me or anything, but for a couple days I drove it that way, and it was just flashing the whole time. So I took it to my mechanic. Come to find out, the CPC was bad in the truck, which cost me $3,500 to get it fixed. And my truck too, the funny thing is, my truck was governed before I took it and had that done. And then I was on the highway on 95 and I was riding, right? Normally when I'm on 95, the speed limit is 70. So, I'll be cruising, so I'm cruising and I know that I can't go over 75 miles an hour, so I just cruising. So I'm on 95 and I'm rolling, and it seems like I'm going faster than usual. I obviously pay attention to the speed all the time, but if I'm cruising on 95, I know that I can't go over 75 miles an hour. So I look down, I'm doing like 78, 79. I'm like, wait a minute. So immediately, I throttled it a little more to see if I could get it up a little faster. And I said, oh, me swapping out that CPC, my truck isn't governed anymore, because the mechanic had to replace the CPC and he had to take it to Freightliner and get it programmed and then reinstall it in the truck. So when I got the truck back, it was no longer governed. So I thought that was pretty interesting. For the most part, I hope you guys was doing good. I know this video is a little random and all over the place, but I haven't put out a video in a while, man, and I just been very busy. I've been some places and I had time and downtime to make videos, like sitting in my truck like this right here, but just all the moving and going, it's just like I really wasn't motivated to do videos or whatever. So, and on top of that, topics, what to talk about. What do you guys want me to talk about? I know I talked a lot, spent a lot of time on credit, but I guess I want to ask you guys, leave a comment, drop a comment, because the business is changing. So we have to find new ways to approach it. We have to find new ways to approach the business, and depending on the way you want to run your truck is going to be ideal on how you can actually make money with the way things are changing right now. In my area, it's a lot of new warehouses getting built. I mean, a lot of them, and I probably said this already, but it's going to be opportunity, or I feel it's going to be opportunity for me to operate within my area and still make decent money and not have to go over the road. As you know, I haven't been over the road in a very long time. Hell, I haven't even worked a Saturday and a Sunday in a long time. And the reason for that is because it's just not necessary to make money unless you like it. Some guys like it. Some guys love the business. Some guys like to drive. So they don't mind, hitting the road. I used to like it when I first started in the trucking business. I didn't mind it at all either, because I was seeing new places. I drove in the snow. I've seen Colorado and I-80 and, Salt Lake City, Vegas, and California, and Phoenix, and all these different places. I've been over the flatlands of Kansas and all of these different places. So it was a very good experience, but I knew that wasn't going to be that I was going to be doing that as a way to make living on a day-to-day basis, staying away from my base area for months and months at a time. So I guess you have to figure out what it is that you really like to do. That's fun, it's cool, but eventually, especially if you're a one truck operation, it's not very cost effective to run your truck that way, because you're putting a lot of miles on your equipment, and you know, it requires more maintenance and stuff like that. Like, for example, my truck, like, look, when I first bought this truck, I bought it with, I believe, 480,000 miles on it, something like that. 4 years. 4 years. All right, I only got 667,000 miles on my truck, and it's paid for. So that just goes to show you that you don't have to be running all over the United States of America to, you know, to make money. So I did have a few mechanical issues with the truck, because we all know something always going to go wrong with the trucks or whatever, you know. Just little things, big things have happened, like the radiator stuff have happened to it. And then of course, you know, I got my own trailer, which I was leasing a trailer for 2 years before I started purchasing this one, you know, and this one is all about to be paid off. My insurance went down. For me, it's all about lowering my overhead to maximize, you know, my net income, my net profit or whatever. So it's in your best interest to get with an insurance agency and kind of stick with them. So I've been with the insurance agency that I'm with now for about, what, the last 3 years. I done did 3 renewals. This is my 3rd renewal period, and my insurance have went down. I am now paying less than $1,000 a month for insurance. Of course, I have primary liability. I have to have $100,000 cargo. Now I added general liability. I do have the 2 insurance agencies that I can recommend to you. So of course you can still email me about that. And I've caught up on my emails too. So I've been hopefully getting back to you guys a little bit sooner for those who have been emailing me. But I know it's been taking a few 4 or 5 days, maybe 6 days to get through some of the emails, but I try to get and respond to every single email that come in. That's about business, of course, that someone need help and it's about the insurance, or you want factoring or whatever. I try to definitely get in response to those emails, because I know you guys are still out there starting your new authorities, still getting into the business and stuff like that. But it's very profitable still in the trucking industry. You just have to enter into the business in a way that's going to be better for you. Like, you have to come in and position yourself in the right way. You know, if your credit's in order and you can go purchase a truck the right way, or purchase the truck in a good financial position, meaning that your payment ain't $4,000 a month, you can, that leaves more room for your net income. If you need a trailer, you know, you might want to consider leasing one at first, or you know, if you saved your money and you can purchase one and you can get your equipment, you're gonna do fine. You know, box trucking right now is a hot thing. I don't think it's going nowhere, but you know, of course, you know, I rock with semi trucks, because definitely and surely ain't going nowhere, and I can find more loads. I think it's more availability options for semi trucks. And of course, I do drop-in. Shout out to all my flatbed car haulers. Shout out to you guys, because I ain't doing it, bruh. I'm not doing it, man. That's just too much work. And I commend you guys for putting in that work, doing that and getting that done. But as for me, you know, I like to back up to dock doors like this right here. As you can see, I back up to the door, and that's how much I like to pretty much work. And as you can see also too, I like to come to these type of places. Like, I'm literally the only truck here. And I've been doing that for the past few months, where I've been the only truck picking up, delivering, and I do it multiple times a day. So I might run out a little bit, come back, deliver a load, get off of this one, and I got another load to pick up. And to me, it's been more profitable doing very short hauls, like picking up a load, dropping it, picking up another load, dropping it, right? Because by me doing that, I've been getting multiple loads in a day and saving fuel at the same time. But also too, it's been good to see you guys. I've just wanted to put something out there for you guys. And also too, shout out to all my supporters. I've even been running into you guys. Like, I ran into a lady yesterday. If you watch this video, shout out to you. She came up to me and told me how much she really enjoyed the videos, and that inspired me to make these type of videos for you guys. So of course, when I get brand new information, I bring it to the channel, bring it to you guys, because I know it's a lot of gurus out there that, you know, have a lot of game on the trucking industry and stuff like that. But it's a lot of different ways to make money in this industry. Like, you can do trailer drop yards, you can do dispatching, right? You can drive the truck, you can own the trucks. You basically, you know, invest in them and get drivers and stuff like that. So warehousing, you know, depending on how much money, how much capital, and what part of the business or the industry that you want to get into, it's out there for you to get. So as always, guys, I appreciate you guys. I want to come with you with more videos. I'm probably going to do some stuff, you know, it's going to be more stuff like this that I'm going to try to drop little gems in when it comes to like business, finance, and stuff like that, because that stuff is still well needed for you to be successful in this business. But until next time, see you in the next video.